There's Charlie boy, bobbing up and down again. Loves to see the kookaburras. Are you hungry, Cookie? Here you go. Oh, Charlie. It's a very big piece, isn't it? That's too big for you. Hang on, I was going to break it up into bits. It's a bit big for you. You're following the kookaburra down there, are you, Charlie boy? And what about you? Well, you're only tiny. You just need little bits. Here, I'll put some little bits here for you. There you go. You try those. That's a noisy miner, that little bird. It's called a noisy miner. You guys can all come inside. Come on, you guys can come inside and then I'll feed the birds. In you come. Come on, Lex. She's pregnant. Come on, Lex. Everybody in. All right. There you go. Shut the door. Back to the dog. Back to the birds. Oh. You want some too, do you? All right. Here we go. Throw it down there. Here you go, Cookie. You can come down now. Oh, hello. You've just arrived. Hi. I've just put the food down on the deck for you. You just have to go and help yourself, okay? There you go. I know, you got to go down there and get it today, don't you? It's not up on the rail. Did you hear that? They call each other. Don't often get that on camera where they call each other. They've got a lovely call, haven't they? Whoops! Oh, you nearly dropped it. Good catch, buddy. Oh, it's a bit big, is it? You tell it. Yes. You crush it with those strong beaks. Whoops! You broke it in half. Eat that bit then, hey? Okay. And then that one too. You can eat that one whole? Are you going to take it to your nest? Have you got a baby? G'day guys, welcome back. I'm doing a big pour today. This one is inspired by the lovely Sarah Mack. Hey Sarah, again. I've done a couple of Sarah's pours. The one with the satin enamel and that sort of dark burgundy colour. That was my first attempt. I've only done little ones like this. So I think I didn't have enough paint in this one. See, I've stretched everything. See how big these sort of rings have got. And then I went again with more paint. But this one, I think it kind of muddied a little bit. It's still really pretty. But yeah, so I'm going to go again. And it looks like a rose, I think. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a rose in the center? So I'm going to call it like a rose pour. I don't know what Sarah calls them, but this one in particular looks like a rose. And these colors, she did such a gorgeous job of choosing those colors. Let me get those out of the way. I've just put a very thin base coat down of the white because I had some from a previous workshop and I thought I might as well use it. It's a bit old. I think it's got a few little blobby bits in it. You can't pick them up. Let me just get that out of the way. There we go. It's a big one. It's a 50 by 60 centimeter, which is 20 by 24 inches. So hopefully I've got enough paint. I'm just using Floetrol for my pouring medium. It's empty. It's my last Floetrol, you guys. What am I going to do now? No more. So the white, I've mixed 1 part Flow acrylic to 1 part Floetrol, and then I've added half the amount of the white satin enamel to the white Flow acrylic. The gold, I've got the Decoart Americana in the tub, as you can see. I think it's exactly the same as what's in the little bottle, but a little bit thicker. So 1-to-1 with Floetrol, and then I added an extra blob of gold. I want to try and make my paints thicker this time. I want to get definite rings, so I'm going thicker than I would normally go. So I've got the lovely burgundy red, and then I'm going to put in some white, and then I'm going to go with the gold. See, when I do this and this, I get orange from those two, so I'm going to try and just separate them. I don't mind pink, that's okay. And then I've made up this turquoisey colour, and I don't want that next to the gold because I'm going to get green. So the turquoise is just equal parts of blue and green. Phthalo blue, phthalo green, and a blob of black to darken it. My beautiful burgundy there is cadmium red deep and magenta with a blob of black to darken that. The copper here, I made a bit much because I made it too thick, is copper with just a little blob of magenta to make it kind of like a rose gold. And then this one here is raw sienna with a blob of cadmium yellow deep, just to make it more of like an oxide, a yellow oxide sort of a colour. So that's my colours. All right, make some space. Now they're really quite thick. I'll show you. Thicker than what I've used previously. See the size of that mound? Mound on a mound on a mound. It's really quite thick. It stays for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stays on the top for about 5 seconds. So yeah, really quite thick. I hope it's going to work, otherwise I've wasted a lot of paint. And I just wanted to try it thicker. Now this is 4 cups, 32 ounces. So probably going to use all of that. Not sure how many layers I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for it. Gold. And then some brown. Might put some more. What have I written down? I did write down what I was going to do, and then I've changed it up at the last minute. What have I got? Brown. Oh, doesn't matter. I'm just going to put a little bit of turquoise in there. And then some more white. Red. Let's go with the copper. It seems awfully thick, that copper. Bit more white. Some gold. A little bit of red. No order here, just throwing them in willy-nilly, as they say. I wonder what would happen if I put the... No, I don't think I'll do that. They're too close those colours too close to each other. Oh, copper. I'm so indecisive. It was a big blob of copper. So I think the copper's a bit thick. It's weird because it feels relatively thin, but then when you're mixing it up, it goes gluggy. It was really hard to mix actually, the copper. Went gluggy. The best way to mix metallics is to put half the amount of pouring medium in first, then your paint, mix it up till it's nice and smooth, and then add your paint. The rest of the paint, that way it gets nice and thin and creamy, like you're making gravy. You know, you wouldn't just pour all your gravy powder into your fluid, would you? No, it would just go all thick and chunky and lumpy, so you do it slowly. Same with this, slowly. I haven't got too many white layers here. That's enough of that. I don't know. I just don't know anymore what I'm doing. Just chucking it all in. We'll see what happens, hey? That'll do. Got a little bit of paint left over. No. See, if you overfill your cup, it makes it really hard to pour. So try not to do that either. Okay. Well, it looks very pretty, doesn't it? I hope it's still going to react, the satin enamels, because it is so much thicker than I would normally use. But I wanted to try it. I just wasn't happy with the previous ones because they muddied. So trying them thicker, and hopefully they won't muddy. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm going to try and get the paint to come out of the spout, not flow over here. But because it's such a big amount, it may try and flow over there. Actually, I might try and do it this way for a change so you guys can see the paint coming out. See how it's flowing over the... I didn't want it to do that. I have to get down lower, get some big folds happening. As I get to the bottom of the cup, it'll be easier for me to pour, because at the moment it's just coming out in a big fold. I do want big rings, so here we go. Starting now with the bigger rings coming through. So making big circles. I'm kind of make it trying to get like a 3D look happening for the center. So I'm kind of going over the rings a little bit. I don't know, that was just so quick. I couldn't control this cup at all. It just did its own thing. The paint just flowed out. I had no control whatsoever because there was so much paint in the cup. But what do? You know, you need that much paint to cover this size surface. Okay, let's pop some bubbles. It's like a lot of gold in there. Hopefully once I start stretching my rings out, some other colours will pop through. I really thought that my rings would be more defined with such a thick mix. We'll see what happens. Not sure if I've popped all my bubbles or not. For the moment it's just looking gold. Pretty much gold. Okay, here we go. See what happens. Just going to go around in a circle first so I can see what everything's kind of looking like and what I like and what I don't like. Plenty of paint. Now I'm not going to be turning this around, so hopefully you can just still see. It's too hard for me to pop it down and turn it back to the middle, off to the other corner. Back to the middle. I'm getting purple. I must have had the turquoise and the red touching at some stage. Now, because I've only got the one corner left, I will turn it so that you can see me do the last corner. It's hard to turn. There we go. Okay, back into the middle. I haven't got as much white in the middle as I was expecting. I was expecting more of that white rose look to be in the middle, but it's not happening. Mustn't have put enough white in the bottom, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to worry about centering this rose in the middle of the canvas. I think it's quite nice off to the center like that a little bit. That was fast, wasn't it? Wham bam, thank you ma'am. I still like yours better, Sarah. I don't know, I just can't do it like you do it, I'm afraid. Oh dear. I had my colours much thicker so that they didn't blend. I still blended and I got purple. I guess that's just the way I layered. It's probably my fault of putting the blue next to the gold. No, the blue next to the red. It's given me these purpley effects. I think I have gone over all my corners though, pretty much. Maybe not this one. Let me just double check that I've gone over. That one's done. That one's not. Let's get a bit of matching paint there for you. Little corner. Okay. Well, maybe I went the opposite way. Maybe my mix is too thick. But hey, I've made it thinner and it didn't work, so I thought I'll make it thicker. And that didn't really work either. I shouldn't complain. It's really pretty, isn't it, though? It's really pretty. And once it dries, I should say, not the gold dries, once the whole thing dries, that gold, which is right through everything, is really going to shimmer. It's going to be really pretty. I think from what I can see, having a thicker mix has maybe stopped the satin enamel from, you know, doing its thing, from blooming. With this one, my white mix was 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. So you can see how it's bloomed and swelled and made interesting patterns. Same with that one. But my colours are more defined, aren't they? But the white has kind of stayed in the rings. It hasn't bloomed, and I guess that's because my mix was a little bit thicker. So what do you prefer? Do you like this one? I'll take you down for a close-up so you can see the shimmer, because you can't see it from up there. Got to get down low and look at it from sort of side on. Let me take you down. There's not much you can do with these paws. You know, once it's done, it's done. There's not much more moving you can do. Whoa, I'm showing you the floor. That's not very interesting, is it? Okay, let's see if we can pick up some shimmer. There's some shimmering gold. So I don't know. I thought I had it worked out with this thicker mix, but as I said, I've lost those blooms from the satin enamel because now it's too thick. I can't bloom. You can see the gold there though. It kind of looks a bit 3D, doesn't it? Sort of, I tried overlapping the rings where I could. It's gold through the center. I probably should have put a bit more white in the middle. And the gold, so there's a lot of gold there. It's just this big gold band. So yeah, I think it's probably too thick. I can't win. Oh, it's too thin, it's too thick. I think I'll just give up on this and let Sarah do them. She's the queen of this style. I obviously can't do it. But hey, it was fun trying. I did enjoy it. And, oh, look, it's a pretty pour. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with it. I was just hoping for something more, I guess. Got some green in there, got some purple in there, which I wasn't expecting. Actually, that's not a very good way at all. You've got to look into the light. Got to look into the light this way. That's the best view to see it. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I will show you once it's dry in all its metallic, shiny glory. So thanks for watching, and I will see you definitely for the next pour. Okay. Bye for now.